Buddy, I am Eric J. Olson, and we are live once again for the Managing Partners podcast, where we interview America's top managing partners from top law firms. And today is no exception. I'm really excited about this one. So today we have Aaron Thomas on from Aaron Thomas Law. How's it going, Aaron?
It's going great. How about yourself, Eric? Thanks for having me on.
Well, thanks for making time for us. I appreciate it. So let me fill the audience in real quick about your background. So attorney Aaron Thomas is a 2002 graduate of Harvard Law School and the founder of family law firm Aaron Thomas Law. Man, I can't speak today. Practicing in the Atlanta metro area. Oh, by the way, I noticed that the acronym for your practice is ATL.
Oh, yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. Aaron is also the founder of prenups.com. Very cool. A friendly take on the premarital, postmarital agreement. By the way, I just recently found out that there were postmarital agreements. I did not know that until very recently. He argues that prenups have gotten a bad reputation, but they can be a useful tool for couples to start their financial relationship in an intentional, transparent, and fair way. Well, Aaron, I appreciate you making the time to be on the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
You know, the part about the prenup versus postnup. Why would someone, just curious, why would someone get a postnup versus a prenup?
So we do some postnups of people who just didn't get their prenup done before the wedding date, but they still kind of want the protections and, you know, the intentionality of a prenup. And other people reach a crossroads in their relationship where they see a need to kind of clarify where they stand, you know, their assets and debt for one reason or another. Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Gotcha. Well, cool. So you're running two businesses right now. You have your law firm, and then you also have prenups. But can you tell us a little bit more about yourself, and then maybe each one of those, and where prenups.com, the idea came from, and how long you've been doing that?
Yeah, absolutely. So Aaron Thomas Law is kind of the main family law practice. We practice exclusively family law. It's 6 people right now, but we are actively seeking talented attorneys and paralegals to add to the team. It's been growing pretty fast. We've been around since 2015 and seem to be adding kind of a person per year to the practice. We do divorce, custody, child support, and, you know, obviously enforcing or changing those types of orders that come down. And then prenups.com is what we launched last year. And like you said, it's kind of the fair and friendly take on prenups. You know, we started doing this really kind of the idea came along. I've been married for 5 years myself, and when my wife and I got married, she's also an attorney. We wanted to draft a prenup that kind of avoided the arguments that I see breaking up couples, particularly financial arguments that people have. And so we said, can we reverse engineer, you know, ourselves into a situation where we don't have arguments about the kinds of things people argue about? And then I said, this is too good to keep to ourselves. You know, I need to offer this and make this available for everyone else.
That's really neat. I think first of all, it's a great domain name. We were talking about it before we went live. That's not something you get a chance often to purchase. I'm sure that there was some negotiation there with the previous.
There's absolutely some negotiation there. Yeah.
Yeah. And you started off as GeorgiaPrenups.com. Is that right?
We started off at GeorgiaPrenups.com, and then the opportunity came and we had to jump on it to get prenups.com and try to add some more states to our practice.
I think that's I mean, I'm not going to ask you how much it was. I'm not asking that, but I think it was a great investment. I mean, that is really strong branding, and it just lends itself to a nationwide rollout. So you're in 3 states now.
Yes.
You have plans to go beyond that?
Yeah. We're in Georgia, New York, and Virginia right now, and definitely trying to add, you know, more states by the end of this year, and then several more in 2022.
That's great. That is great. So most of the managing partners that we have on the show have their law firm, but not a lot of them have had the second kind of thing happening. What is the difference for you between those two? Like a client that comes in through the, say the traditional law firm route versus the website, prenups.com, do they have like different needs? Are they looking for something different? Do you treat them different onboarding?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, we originally had prenups being sold as kind of a little subsection on our main website, and just got to the point where we realized that they're just a completely different market. The kind of messaging that you want to give to those people is completely different. And it just didn't make sense for people who are beginning their marriage, and just want an agreement to kind of clarify their finances, to come to a website and see all this talk about divorce. And so it just made sense for us to separate those two things out. Technically or legally, prenups.com is a subset of Aaron Thomas Law, but, kind of given the clientele that we're serving, it made sense to separate those two out.
That's great. Great idea. What are some different ways that you get clients for each of the businesses?
Yeah. As many different marketing things as we do, the largest number of clients that we get come from referrals. So either people who have worked with us before, former clients, or attorneys that know our reputation in the area will certainly send a lot of people our way. With the prenups, we've managed to make some really great partnerships with attorneys who do estate planning or financial planners as well. And starting to break in and try to create some relationships with premarital counselors. Those are the kinds of people who we find, we can send people their direction, and they have a lot of clients that need what we give at prenups.com as well. In addition to those, we are trying to be everywhere. We've got our website, we've got our newsletter, the social media profiles, the YouTube channel. People even hear about us on a podcast from time to time.
That's right. Awesome. So, we've talked a little bit about expanding the number of states that you support with prenups.com. But generally speaking, for the next 2 to 5 years, as far as growth is concerned, are you more focused on the prenups.com opportunity or the law firm? And how do you see those two growing separately or even together?
Yeah. Well, with the primary law firm, Aaron Thomas Law, the demand is there, and we are running around the clock these days. So we're trying to add more people just to keep up with the demand. As you may know, COVID alone has ticked up the demand in our industry by a large margin, and so we're trying to keep up with that. And the more people that we serve, the more people that hear about us. So I could see in the next couple of years, us doubling the size of the firm there. With prenups.com, that has been growing really quickly. It's a very young business, but the number of prenups that we're doing these days are probably 4 times what we were doing last year. And so as we add more states, especially, and the marketing for that effort ramps up, we expect that we'll probably need to bring some people on, and it wouldn't be out of the question to have a couple lawyers that are just doing nothing but prenups. That's what I see for the next 2 years. The next 5, I can't even wrap my mind around it yet, but we'll see where things take us.
That's awesome. Hey, as a family lawyer, would you have predicted if something like COVID had happened, what would have happened to your law firm? And as far as divorce rates and whatnot, like, was that something that was foreseeable to someone like you?
Eric, I wish I could say yes. I really wish I could say yes, that I would have predicted it. I actually wondered about the opposite happening, particularly at the beginning of COVID, because we weren't sure how the courts were going to be able to handle things, and everything canceled, that first month of COVID in terms of mediations and court dates. But everyone being stuck at home under one roof 24/7 with no escape, it seems, in retrospect, that it intensifies whatever's going on. I know people whose relationships have blossomed at home with this time, and those where the stressors have, created fissures, and then, these wide chasms where it's broken relationships apart.
That's really interesting. Yeah, it just intensified what was already there, positive or negative. That's a good point. Yeah, I didn't see that coming. So certainly, we speak to a lot of family lawyers, and it seems to be a trend, that's for sure, in the industry.
Absolutely.
A big pickup in business. So, it's been said that business follows attention, and you have to get the attention of either the public or your prospects first, and then the business will come. What are some different ways that you get the attention of people that you want to work with?
Yeah. I think the best way to get potential clients' attention is kind of the same philosophy we have about treating our current clients, which is education. And so whether it's our social media or our blog posts or the videos that we're filming, we try to explain to people, what they might be facing, and just provide, not hide the ball, but give as much information and education as we can give out there. And then, I believe that an educated client makes the best client. I mean, it makes our jobs easier. It's the best for our relationship. And I've hated when I've had the fortune or misfortune of having to hire an attorney myself. I hate it when a lawyer just explains, doesn't explain why, but just says, this is what we're going to do. Just trust me. Or, at the other end says, well, what do you want to do, without providing me any guidance? And so I try to do the opposite of that. Let me educate you, and then you could be an active participant in the trying of your case. And for potential clients, by the time they come on board, they, one, already think that we know what we're talking about, or believe that we know what we're talking about. And number two, it's an easier process for us to work with the client because they've already heard us educate them on the topics that they're going to be facing. So
as far as education goes, you mentioned videos, you mentioned social media several times a week, I'm sure. Articles on your website? Is that another good way?
Yeah, written blog posts, vlogs, I guess you would call them. So video blog posts. We've got our newsletter that we send out on a monthly basis. People can sign up for that on the website as well. And we try to just get everything to connect to each other. So we try to make it real easy for people to find information.
Do you have a podcast?
Not yet, but
I think that could be really good. I think that could work out well for you. So that's interesting. It's I like that you have a lot of different sources, like lead sources, right? And it's all around education. Certainly referrals are a big part of it. Referrals are the best lead source you can get, but you really need to add to that. You can't just depend on one. So I like that you've done a lot of different things.
Yeah, for sure. We're trying to be everywhere, meet clients where they are.
Exactly. Yeah. So speaking of which, if there was one thing that you could change about your marketing, what would that be?
I think, the one thing that I would change is something I'm already kind of working on changing, which is it's probably more mental than tactical. It's recognizing that I can't do this all on my own, and getting out of the way and letting people who are better at doing the marketing and communicating do what they do. Let me run my business. We're lucky enough to have someone in-house who is our marketing coordinator in-house. But even then, we still find a need to, bring in outside help to do specific parts of our marketing, whether that's SEO or graphic design, video editing, that kind of thing. We didn't go to law school for those things. So, let me learn to kind of not have to micromanage, as us lawyers have a tendency to do, every single aspect, and allow professionals to do what they're good at.
That's great. Yeah, I think that's a nice mixture between in-house and outsource. The in-house clearly knows a lot about your firm, everything that they need to know, and then they can coordinate with maybe like the extra muscle that's needed either every once in a while or for a discipline. That makes a whole lot of sense.
Yeah, exactly. It's been working for us.
So in family law, it seems like there could be a period of time between when someone contacts you initially and when they become a client, and there's this nurturing period. Do you find that that's the case in your law firm as well, and also at prenups.com?
Yeah, absolutely. Particularly with the family law practice, a lot of people that reach out to us will do a consultation more to gather information, or if things go down this road, where do I stand? And we certainly stay in touch with those people. We've even had people hire other firms and then come back to us and say, I've heard more from you guys than I've heard from the firm that I hired. I think I need to switch gears and come over to you guys. So yeah, we try to stay in touch with potential clients, people anywhere in the pipeline, as well as former clients, touching base. And that's been really educational for us as well to find out, did this work, or, could we tweak this and do this a little bit better next time? But yeah, that's kind of been our process.
No, that's great. Actually, I just saw a stat today that if you could increase your conversions of leads to clients by 35 to 50% just by following up, continuing to follow up often and doing it quickly, especially when they contact you. So instead of waiting a couple of days after someone contacts you to contact them back, if you could do it in a couple of hours, that's much, much better. If you could do it within an hour, it's much, much better. If you could do it within 5 minutes, that's the best.
Yeah. No, I firmly believe that. I think that's totally true. And, the number one complaint people have about their lawyers is they don't get back to them. So what better way to prove your worth than to get back to people, respond to people when they reach out?
Yeah, especially that first time, right? No, you're absolutely right. Get back to them quick.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. What are some tools that you use either for the nurturing or just to manage your case pipeline?
Yeah, so we are a Clio using law firm, and so the Clio Grow used to be Lexicata that we originally used. Really helps us kind of break down our leads as well as our referral sources, and kind of keep track of leads. Are these people that are reaching out for information? Are they pre-consultation? Is this somebody who just had a consultation? We need to follow up with them. Are they somebody that's already indicated they want to hire, and we just got to make sure that they get the ink on the agreement? And so that's been really instrumental in making sure that we can keep up and give the attention to folks who are at different stages of their decision. And the same thing, once people are in, have hired our firm, is, we use Clio Manage for that part of it. And that's been really great to kind of automate some things in there and make sure that people are getting updates and getting touches throughout their case, because people like to stay informed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Is that something that you, not the tool itself, but the follow-up, is that something that you've done like since the beginning, or did you have to kind of learn about it? Because that's kind of a business process, right? Like having the consultation and then following up and staying on top of those prospects, if you will. Is that something that you learned over time?
Yeah, I think we've always done it to some degree, but making a system out of it, I think, really took us to the next level, particularly with former clients. Clio Grow will alert me when it's been 30, 90, 180, or 365 days since somebody's case closed. And I've always, reached out and just kind of touch base. Somebody will cross my mind, or I'll see their file on my computer and I'll say, I wonder how so-and-so's doing. I'll reach out and touch base with them. But it's really nice to have, an automated reminder pop up and say, oh, wow, has it really been 6 months since, family law is so personal. We get to know these people. We get attached to each other. We get to know them intimately, through a difficult time in their lives. We can't help but wonder what's going on. And I wonder if things are working out for them well. And it's really nice to have a little reminder, pop up on my computer to say, hey, reach out. The Johnson file has been, 6 months. It's been 12 months. And kind of systematize to make sure that everybody gets a touch.
Does Clio do that for you automatically? Like, hey, it's been 6 months. You may want to reach out to this person.
Yeah, we programmed Clio to let us know when it's been, X number, 1, 3, 6, 12 months since a case is closed. And that's been really something that's been valuable, I think, both to our clients and to us. Nice.
Sounds like you have a really good thing going. I'm really excited for you, not only for your law firm, but prenups. That's quite impressive. So good job on that.
Thank you. Yeah. We're really looking forward to see where we can take this over the next couple of years.
That's great. Well, good luck there. If someone would like to reach out to you and find out more about your journey, how you got prenups.com, or if they have a case for you, what is a good way for them to reach out to you?
Yeah, I would love if people come and visit our website. So we're at www.aaronthomaslaw.com, and we're also at prenups.com. If you go to either of those two websites, you can link out and see our social media, follow us there. You can see our YouTube page. You can sign up for the newsletter. We've got free resources. Prenups.com has a free ebook that you can download. So that's a great way to get in touch and stay in touch with us, Aaron Thomas Law or prenups.com.
All right, Aaron, I appreciate it. All right, everybody. Just remember, when prenups.com is a household name, you heard it here first. Well, maybe not first, but you heard it here at least. All right. So just remember that. And look, if you want to watch or listen to other amazing interviews with managing partners of America's top law firms, you can check out our entire backlog. We're almost at 100 at this point, 100 different interviews. We are at arraylaw.com/podcast. And if you are looking to spice up your law firm's digital marketing, you can find out more about my company's services. We are Array Digital, and we offer websites, SEO, online advertising, and social media. And we are at arraylaw.com. All right, Aaron, I appreciate it. Thanks.
Yeah, thanks so much.